stuff is called hexane, and it kind of does the same thing. My liquid will vaporize. It does not stay liquid very long. In a little bit, I'm going to try to catch it on fire, just to show you that we need to be careful with flammable vapors, because you can't see them, and yet they still might burn. Y'all don't have to take video yet. It's going to be a while. All I'm going to do is pour some water in. Here we go. Now, what did you see?
The bottom melted.
It generated so much heat that it literally melted the plastic. Literally melted the plastic. If you feel it right, it's real super hot, but I wouldn't touch it right now because also it might be a little contaminated. Now, before we get out of here, what I think is going to happen, because it's happened in my other classes, is probably this is going to eat through the bottom of the plastic. That's what's happened in my last two classes. When, this is what happens eventually. Check this out. See those holes? See those holes? So the acid eats all the way through it, and as you can see, it melts all the plastic. Once again, if you're a lab assistant, you would do this. I ain't gonna make you do this. But I think it's kind of dramatic, right? It's kind of interesting to see what it does. That's a lot of heat if it can melt the plastic like that. So I thought I would show it to you. It's still holding on so far. Maybe this one will not break apart. Maybe this one will be the one that lasts. But I'm just going to set it right here while we do our other demonstration, and we'll see. Talk a little bit about our organic chemical. So hexanes. Mainly carbons and hydrogens, just like gasoline. In fact, hexane, the formula is C6H14, and gasoline is mainly octane, and that's C8H18. So it's just carbons and hydrogens, but they tend to evaporate a lot. And when they do, you can't tell. You can't see it. But y'all, the gas that we are forming right here is dense. What does that mean? Y'all done density stuff before in science. What does that mean? If something is dense. Anybody? Where does dense gas go? Does it float up to the top?
It goes down.
It goes down. It goes to the bottom. It goes to the ground. So what I'm about to do is give it a chance to do that. Okay, ladies, you might want to move your, we're going to try to set the vapor on fire in a safe way, right? In a safe way. Now, it worked just a moment, I'll get it during my last class, but it was kind of, it took a minute. So let's see if I can get it set up first. Back up to where I was pouring from. We'll see if it works. Oh, come on now. There we go. Okay. So, all right, so fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. It's worked so far in every class. I hope it works in this one. If it don't judge. Part of science is failure, right? So it does happen sometimes. So just going to take this off. I'm going to swirl it one more time. And I'm just going to, it's going to look like nothing's happening because I'm not going to let the liquid get to it. I just want to see if I can make the vapor go down the ramp. Ah, it did work. Okay, let's try it again. Think I can do it one more time? I did it twice in my last class. I'm feeling like I want to try to set a record without setting myself on fire. Fingers crossed. Y'all ready for the fire blanket if necessary? I might not have any more vapor. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, did y'all ever see anything go down that ramp? No, you couldn't see it, could you? And yet, just that fast, ladies and gentlemen, anytime that we are working, here, let's close this out. Anytime that we are working with a flammable vapor, we have to be super, super careful with the surroundings. One of the things it says when we talk about this demo is, think about if you were in your house and there's a flammable vapor in your house. it's going to sink to the floor. It's going to go down, right? Anyone have like gas fireplace or anything like that in your house, or a pilot light on your water heater or something like that? If a gas that's flammable is just spreading out across the bottom of your floor, it could run into something like a pilot light and kabooming. Yeah. Y'all have all seen the TV show where there's gas, they turn the gas on the stove and just let it run, and then someone like accidentally makes the whole house blow up because a spark, like maybe they lit a cigarette, maybe they did whatever. So you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Anyone here last Tuesday when we were doing registration, we had to clear the gym? Because we had gas leak. And they were worried all of a sudden that we might need to clear that out, right? So anyway,